IrieAtl. Atlanta's link to the Caribbean. You're listening to IrieAtl Radio. Atlanta's link to the Caribbean. Hey, bitch up there. You know you.
What's up, Gus people? This your man, Kirk Franklin.
Hi, this is Landria Johnson.
Hey, this is Byron Cage.
Hi, this is Cece Wyman.
What's up, everybody? This your man, Chris Hammond.
You're listening to IrieAtl Radio. IrieAtl. Atlanta's #1 Caribbean station. I have a friend, a precious he loves me. He says his love will never end. Oh, how he loves me. He loves me. I only cry. Oh, how he loves me. He says his love will never end. He loves me. With him I'll spend eternity. Oh, how he loves me. He loves me. Oh, how Jesus loves me. I know not why I only cry. Oh, he loves me. Jesus loves me. Why he should die, I cannot tell. Oh, how he loves me.
to the Good evening, Atlanta and the world. Good evening to you. Wherever you are this evening, special good evening to you. Special good evening to you. Just a little false thought there. Special good evening to you. My name is Apostle Blair, Dr. Apostle Winston Blair, another Monday evening. We come to you every Monday evening at this time just to tell you how good and how pleasant it is for us to be together in unity, in love, and just in oneness. Indeed, I appreciate you this evening just to be here with me, just to share another great evening. I don't know. I hope to God you're hearing me out there this evening. We have just a little technical difficulty in our studio today, but we thank God for you wherever you are around the world. I want to welcome you and the different John Road, the different places that you're listening from. And I hope you will enjoy every minute of this show. So as we celebrate God, my number here is 706-550-1642. This evening, our guests will be Bernetta and Nate this evening, and this side of the world where we'll talk about health. One of the greatest thing, one of the most important thing in our life today is about health. So this evening, trying my best to get across to you around the world just to let you know I hope you're doing right. I hope you're living healthy, and I hope you're doing the right thing. So indeed, I want to welcome you as we bounce things off nice and easy this evening. Keep it locked to IrieAtl this evening as we do it in fine style. We believe that he is the living. Good evening, Atlanta. Good evening to the world, the universe. Do you hear me this evening? From the very top again, we can't even walk without him holding our hands. Just listen. Good evening to your brother Dwight, if you're listening. Good evening to you, 89.1 FM. Good evening to you, to the Powerhouse crew. Good evening. This is your brother from another mother as we beam out in this twilight zone. How much of you out there this evening can't even walk without him holding your hand?
Where's your heart to be? I know my Redeemer lives. Let our creation testify. This life within me cries. I know my Redeemer say gentle hands.
Yes, that's all we have to do. Call on Jesus. This is IrieAtl this evening again, and we are going to do it to you just as we do it last week all over again. Just keep it locked, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play this one. There's a lighthouse on the hilltop. When I'm tossed, it's in a lighthouse. So that I might see
What's up, God's people?
the shine.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris Hammond.
You're listening to IrieAtl Radio, IrieAtl, a passion for fun radio station. Just a little scratch at the top, but keep it locked.
As we bounce nice and easy this evening, let's walk for our health this evening. DK, good evening. Welcome, Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston. Ah. Oh, yeah, I can't get it. Yeah, I'm having some internet outage in the area. So I'm having a little difficulty here. I don't know. You know, so I'm having a little internet issue in this okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, 706-550-1642. Okay, give it a shot. All right, yeah. Yes, good evening again. I don't know how much of you out there are hearing us this evening. We have a little power outage in our area, but we are trying our best to give you the best of the best. We have Bernadette, we have Nate supposed to be our guest tonight. Hopefully, we'll get to speak with them. If not, we're just gonna bounce through. But this is IrieAtl, and this is your brother from another mother. And as we come, we want to talk about your health. We want to see how you are doing. We want to know that you are. Hi, good evening, Sister Bernetta. How old? Here we go. How you doing this evening?
I am marvelous.
Man, so delighted and happy to see you and airways with me for last week we talked, but it was in a different era. But today I can see you clearly, and I indeed so glad that I able to speak with you.
It is such an honor to be here with you guys. I
Yes.
truly enjoyed the conversation last week.
Oh, it was off the chain actually. I tell you, I leave away with some nuggets that really enlightened me. When I learned so much about the seed and what the seed does to us as a people. So I'm very honored this evening to have you, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again to talk about your health, and I could use the word architect, or I don't know if that's the correct word to use, but we'll try to use it. But she have got some information that will help you along the way. So we are honored this evening, in spite of our little technical difficulty. Nate is trying to get through. So hopefully we'll get to pull through this evening also because of our outrage in the area. But welcome. We'll go on until Nate get here. So welcome. You want to shoot off, Sister Bernadette?
Yes, I spoke last week
Yes.
about a few topics, but
Mm-hmm.
two of them have been resonating with me this week quite a bit. And these two topics I really feel that we all need to pay attention to. People ask me sometimes, how can we feel better? And I say it's two things: balance your pH and manage stress. When we think about our pH, we think about the fact that Satan's assault is against our blood.
Mm-hmm.
Everything revolves around an evil system creating acids to the blood. The life of the flesh is in the blood. Leviticus 17:11 tells us Satan is contaminating the bloodline with acids.
Mm.
Just look at some of the weapons he uses to take man out: alcohol, acid; cigarettes, acid; coffee, acid;
See?
sugar,
Ah,
acid;
see?
carbonated beverages, acid;
See?
all of the fast food restaurants, acid, with toxic congestive residues that are poison. So it's an evil ploy to acidify and contaminate the blood of
Mm.
God's people.
Mm-hmm.
Daily, we're assaulted with toxic industrial contaminants, ranging from pesticides, herbicides, fossil fuels, fluorocarbons, acid rain, pollution, carbon monoxide, refined processed foods, sugar laden beverages, acid rock music, stress, anger, bitterness, and it goes on. By getting us to ingest, drink, and expose ourselves to an array of toxic chemicals that contaminate the blood,
Mm-hmm.
and by depleting the soil of alkaline minerals through corrupt farming practices, Satan is slowly taking mankind out.
Mm.
As long as there are insufficient amounts of alkaline minerals in the body, poisonous acids are neutralized. There's a family of minerals that are especially suited to neutralizing or detoxifying strong acids: sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. They exist as salts in our tissues and are highly alkaline. A healthy body maintains alkaline reserves by recruiting elsewhere. Insufficient minerals are not available, such as the bones for calcium or muscle magnesium. So, if we get back to high alkaline organic fruits and vegetables, which have rich topsoil, and farmers rotating the crops and didn't use acid pesticides and herbicides, then we could alkalize the blood, keep the pH high, and keep the reserves high enough to where the body is not going to be robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Because the acid alkaline battle in our bodies is a spiritual chemical battle going on 24 hours a day, every day, in the blood and tissues. If you take the spiritual blinders off, you'll notice that everything in this world is perpetrating an acid environment. God is trying to alkalize you, and Satan is trying to acidify you.
Mm-hmm.
Between life and death, and the struggle of humanity is between acid and alkaline pH.
Mm.
This so-called complicated spiritual battle for the physical body is as simple as that. Satan gives us acid music, acid foods, acid beverages, acid rain, and emotions: anger, fear, bitterness, stress, anxiety, and that goes on. Acid pharmaceuticals, acid recreational drugs, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, LSD, etc. Acid pesticides, acid herbicides, and acid fungicides, acid industrial products, acid exhausts, cars, planes, etc., and acid petroleum toxins and acid petroleum based chemicals. This is a spiritual warfare at the
Yes.
highest level. What would combat or neutralize this satanic assault to acidify mankind? Good, clean air, oxygen, spiritual healing music, alkaline foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and legumes, alkaline beverages, fresh, pure water, herbal teas, fresh squeezed fruit and vegetable juices, and positive thoughts and emotions, following the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, self control, exercise, fasting, being outdoors in the sun, herbs and natural whole food supplements, organic, non toxic cleaning products. When life is in the blood through living nutrients and the pH is in proper balance, death and disease cannot exist.
Mm.
Are you choosing death through an acid lifestyle or life through following God's simple formula of alkalinity? The Bible says that we have a choice between life and death. He said, I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Yes.
Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Deuteronomy 31.
Yes.
Which are you going to choose? Just to give you one powerful example of what acid does to different organs.
Hmm.
Acid buildup in the body causes disease, pain, and even death.
Yes.
So it's crucial to have an alkaline pH. So we're going to look at what's going on in our body. Your heart pumps an incredible 13,000 quarts of blood a day. If there are toxins in the blood, that puts a huge strain on your heart. Plus, acid waste in your system robs your blood of oxygen, and that causes your heart tissue to deteriorate. It's a heart attack waiting to happen or heart disease. Your liver serves 300 different functions. Most importantly, removing acid toxins from the blood and making alkaline enzymes for the body. So if you have a lot of toxins in your blood, your liver is constantly being put into maximum overdrive to clean them out. If that goes on long enough, it will completely shut down.
Hmm.
Your pancreas, like the liver, the pancreas also reduces excess acid in the body. Plus, it helps regulate blood sugar by producing insulin. Your pancreas absolutely can't function correctly when you're acidic. It must have alkaline environment. If you're acidic, that's an invitation for type 2 diabetes, hypo and hyperglycemia. And if it continues long enough, and enough damage, the kidneys create urine and help get rid of excess acid from the body. About 1 liter of blood passes through them every single minute. If your blood is loaded with acid and toxins, your kidneys are overstressed and unable to do their job. People are dealing with kidney stones and kidney disease. And we're finding these centers being developed on our corners every day because of assault on our kidneys. Your stomach, when your stomach properly digests food, nutrients are absorbed. There's no overproduction of acid, and waste passes through the intestines nice and easy. If you eat foods that don't combine well or acid creating, your stomach overproduces acid trying to do its job, and you get poorly digested food. Less nutrients are being absorbed and acid rising up into your throat. Bottom line, acid reflux, GERD, IBS, hiatal hernias, gastritis, all arising because the typical American diet is loaded with acid creating improperly combined food. Your colon, waste are supposed to easily pass through the colon and out the door. If your waste are loaded with toxins due to poor digestion or eating acid creating food, they don't slide through like they should. Instead, they clog your colon walls, become a breeding ground for bacteria and disease, and cause you to put on weight. Plus, the toxins are reabsorbed into your bloodstream. You literally poison yourself. So it's no surprise that colon cancer is the number one cancer killer. And that's so many people suffer from colitis and diverticulitis and Crohn's. And if you're not having an easy bowel movement or two every single day, it's a safe bet. You've got toxic buildup in your colon. So we're getting maintaining an alkaline pH. And that's where we need to begin to really think about how to get the alkaline to raise the pH in your body so that sickness and disease cannot exist in an alkaline pH. So, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just enjoy you speaking because being we're having a little technical difficulty, I don't want to lose it because the information is so powerful that you are giving right now. So I just want you to continue. Unfortunately, because of the technical difficulties, it seems like Nate won't be able to get on. Excuse me. But I'm enjoying every moment, because you're talking about acid that are affecting the blood, which is, I mean, it is crazy to know all these things that are happening. So you're saying a low flow of the blood that is created through the acid of what we have been eating.
Think about 70 trillion cells in our body. Okay, the earth is 3/4 water. Our body is 3/4 water. Every cell in our body is 3/4 water. So we go out and we consume a very acidic meal. Wake up drinking coffee, going to bed drinking alcohol, and in between eating all the junk food we can consume. The cells now has acid waste in all 70 trillion cells. And
Wow.
in order to pull your pH up, it needs to push that acid waste out of your body. So when you begin to consume alkaline foods and beverages, it washes that waste out of your cells and then pulls your pH up. And when your tissue is 7.365, no disease can exist. Think
Mm.
about the Garden of Eden. What did they eat? There was
Fresh food.
food that was real food growing from the earth.
Yes.
Every vegetable under the sun, every fruit. So when we talked last week about seeds, we gotta come back to the seeds.
Yes.
Okay. When we look at our vitamin chart, we see vitamin B, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12. We see B9, B8, all of the B vitamins. But there are two that don't appear anywhere in the B complexes. And these two are so vital to our health and wellness because when the African people were leaving, and our diet began to change, these two vitamins were not available to us. One of these vitamins is vitamin B15. The other is vitamin 2017. When I began studying and learning that vitamin B15 existed, a friend of mine had a son that had sickle cell anemia, and he was in the hospital. And I had been reading about these vitamins that our body is deficient of. And I say, wait a minute. If vitamin B15 can give this young man things that his body could bring up, I need to check it out. So I actually got some B15 and gave it to him. He left the hospital right after that and did not have a lot of side effects. And I mean, during that time in his life. Well, when we look at the vitamin list, these two vitamins are not there. We need to drill down and learn more about the power of these two vitamins. Vitamin B15 is a nutrient, and it was isolated. It's a feedback.
You getting a feedback?
Turn your
Yeah.
microphone down, Miss Benita.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. How? Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So all of these things came from the apricot fruit. Yeah, I got them. Let me see if I can turn down the volume.
Are you getting a feedback?
Yes. Okay. So
Are you playing any other devices in the area where you are? Like listening on a speaker?
I have earphones on, but that's
No,
well,
that's okay.
I don't hear it now.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming from the source.
Okay. So I want all of us to learn about these things because then we have to do whatever it takes to try to manage the cells in our body so that they don't become cancerous and all of the happening to it. Vitamin B15 has significant amounts in brown rice, raw apricot seeds. And the raw apricot seeds is obtained from the woody pit of the raw fruit. Sesame seeds and seeds of pumpkins. Whole grains are also good sources, but they should be heirloom grains, such as spelt and camel, because hybridized or genetically modified grains offer much lower amounts of nutrients than do the grains from antiquity. When I saw that vitamin B15 actually makes alcoholics not want alcohol, I said, that's pretty strong. When you can get this vitamin to oxygenate the blood and improve circulation, you are increasing protection against air pollution and giving yourself the antioxidants that the body needs to deal with
Come in.
increasing your immune system. But it's very exciting to find out that cholesterol in our bodies is lower and level, protein and normal tissue grows, your hair grows. All of these things, your brain activity is affected by the levels of the vitamins in the body. That are so beneficial that
Yeah.
mental disorders are really being helped. They are showing autism and all sorts of things that deal with our brain is being helped. And cravings for liquor can be minimized by getting certain vitamins like B15 in our diet. We talked about vitamin B17. When we think of the seeds in all the fruits and vegetables, all but the citrus fruits, the seeds in Africa are still in the citrus fruits, but they're not in our fruits. They've been changed, they've been altered. So we have to get back to finding what was in our bodies from the beginning before we started hearing about sickle cell diseases and all of these things that that are happening to our children.
Yes, sir.
It's not necessary. It is so simple to consume these nutrients and watch all of these destructive things go away.
Wow. Seems like I lost her now.
She's here. She's here.
Yes.
Continue.
I'm having a little technical difficulty in the studio because of the power. Are you hearing?
Yeah, we are still hearing. I can hear her perfectly well.
Okay. I can't hear her, but it's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Most people don't know that every person has cancer cells in the body.
Mm-hmm.
It occurs, 6 to 10 times in our lifetime. And when the person's immune system is strong, they never multiply. Cancer cells don't multiply, so they're never having to face or deal with it. But we have to go back to the beginning. Go back to I'll put it like this. When I was a kid growing up, I remember someone coming into my community paying all the farmers to stop farming.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, they got paid $15,000. I remember it so well. The farmers just stopped farming. And they had farms in their backyards and everywhere, and they started to disappear.
Yeah.
And then I saw a microwave oven appear on the scene. And once that appeared, I started looking at hungry man dinners that could be prepared in 10 minutes to feed a family of 10. You know, and these are things that I had to pay attention to is why my friends, family, and loved ones were getting sick, falling ill. And I just knew that when it comes to being whole and healthy, and we go back to the the plan, sunshine, exercise, healthy food, clean,
Mhm.
pure water. It we see the body transform
Back to the
Sim-
basics.
simply. It transforms once you cleanse your cells of all of that waste. Once your colon is not impacted, caked up, there's so many years of caked up waste in the bodies of people that say, "Oh, I go to the bathroom every now and then." you know, I've had people tell me they go once every week or every 2 weeks. And one person said to me, their doctor had to spray the room when he came in because they didn't go to the bathroom but once every 2 weeks.
Mm.
So how can we cleanse our cars, we the fuel in our body, we give it everything that it needs, but we have to cleanse. We have to detox and continue
What?
to continue to absorb, so that you're improving the oxygen to your cells, you're reducing pain, waste is being pushed from your cells, you're lubricating your joints, you're regulating your body temperature, you're preventing memory loss, and we're not aging so fast. And the cells are now communicating, and the cushions in our bones and joints is really there to protect them. And we become better athletes. We don't have respiratory problems, asthma, and all of the attacks that we are getting. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to talk about.
You want to go ahead, Brother Bezic?
Well, I just heard her mention about the seeds, and I remember a while ago I normally used to drink the pumpkin seeds. It's actually a nutritious drink when blended, and I was told that it's good for prostate cancer, right? Or prostate. So I used to feed on the pumpkin seed. So just to hear her mention it, it just brings back what we have learned, that the pumpkin seed is nutritious, and it's also beneficial to our health, as far as it goes with preventing us from getting prostate cancer and so forth.
Um, I heard your brother Essex, Bernard. I'm listening to you, but one of the thing I am not so clear with the program tonight. Brother Nate just writing that he's also hearing what you're saying, which is very powerful. That folks, I
Is
hope
here.
we are
Good night.
hearing because we're having some power outage in our area, and because of that, it has been affecting the program tonight. And this information is so powerful that I'm just wondering if maybe I need you to come back next week when we can get all of this cleared up, because their comments are coming in, and I guess we everyone cannot able to see or hear. Are you hearing us clearly?
Yes.
Brother Bezic, are you hearing clearly?
I'm hearing you clearly. It's just that you go in and out, but I'm hearing you perfectly clear.
Yeah, because some of the time the screen completely cut out, and I can only see even so Bernard. I'm looking at her, but
Yeah.
she's just stand still one place. But anyway, I have heard.
See, is the latency is not staying up on its side, but it's Miss Bernadette, continue with what.
Okay. Well, what Nate is going to share is how lucky and blessed we are right now to have the purest water that we can get our hands on. 99 up to 99.9% pure
Pure.
water.
Wow.
Yes, and up to 9.5 pH alkaline.
Hmm.
So think about it. If we're 70% water, that means your liver is 90% water. Your brain is 85% water. Your cells are 85% water.
Okay.
Your blood is 83% water. Your kidneys, 83%. Your heart, 79% water. Your lungs, 79% water. Muscles, 76% water. Your spleen is 70% water. Your intestines, 75% water. Your skin is 72% water, and your bones, 35% water. So when you think about
Are
Americans,
you there?
that are 75% of Americans are dehydrated
Yes.
to the extent that it's affecting their health.
Wow.
And the main cause of fatigue is a lack of water. So we talked about you have minimum of water every day to maintain a balanced body. And then to have the pH, the alkaline to raise your pH, it will do wonders for every part of you when you are able to hydrate your body. People think they're hungry. They're not hungry. They're thirsty. When
Body. Hmm.
yeah. So if you're drinking the right amount and you go into the bathroom regularly, the way you're supposed to, and it begins to feel like leaving us, you have energy that you never dreamed possible. Just drinking water. So I know that Nate would love to be able to tell you how to get the purest water, and Apostle will be able to share with you how that will be, available to all of us. But we have to super hydrate our bodies.
Let me just ask you a question, because when we were growing up, my mom. I know we are in a different kind of world now, where um everything has changed.
Mhm.
But my mom used to say she alkaline her water with squeezing lemons in it.
Mhm.
What is your truth on that theory?
When we think of citrus fruits, we think of oranges, grapefruits, lemons, all of them as being citrus. We think that they're acidic
Acidic.
fruits. But when you put lemon in your mouth, it becomes alkaline.
Mm,
These still grow from God's green earth. It's still part of the fruit and vegetables that we're supposed to be consuming. So if you cook 20% of your food and you get 80% raw foods, you're getting a lot of water. Your body is getting every nutrient that exists.
yes.
And when you're eating like that, you don't have that heavy stuff that's just sitting in your stomach and sitting in your body, clogging up every artery and
Brain.
vein, and your blood is toxic and everything is just not moving. And like I said, if it degenerates, it regenerates.
Yes.
So by squeezing the lemon in the water, it truly helps to pull up the pH, the alkalinity in that water.
Okay.
You have to do everything you can to maintain that pH level,
Maintain
because
that
if you
level.
don't, your body has to steal the buffers
Yeah. How much you said it's supposed to be?
with the
That pH
pH
level. Mm.
7.365. That
Seven
is the pH.
point three six five. Okay.
Okay, the pH chart goes from 1 to 14. 7 is neutral. Anything below 7 is acidic. That's
Mm.
where the sickness and disease is. Anything above 7 is alkaline. So, because stress is the number one acidifier, stress will rob your body of all the alkalinity, the buffers, everything. So, by you consuming alkaline water that is pushing the acid waste out of every cell in your body, then you don't have to worry about the excess fat and all of these things continuing to happen in the body, because the body don't protect itself any longer from acid. So everything when you look at the alkaline foods, it's everything that grows in the Garden of Eden, fruits and vegetables. But when you look at acid, you see that it is truly our lifestyle.
So so Mama Remedy was the truth. Because when we cannot afford to purchase the alkaline water, we would squeeze a lemon in the one that we have, and I guess it would do some of the process that the others would have done.
Yeah, when
So
when the young lady, I was a flight attendant. We were on a bus one day, and I was talking about eating your apple seeds and you won't get cancer. Looked at me. She said, "What did you say?" She said, "My mother told me all my life, if you eat your apple seeds, you won't get cancer."
mm,
She never heard her. She never heard until she heard me say that. And then it came back to her and it made sense that her mother was trying to teach her something that our mothers didn't teach us. We didn't have this information. And it's time for us to Google everything we're talking about tonight. Find out everything you can
when you talk
about.
about the apple, you
Mhm.
Which one of the apples?
Okay. Right now, we have the Dirty Dozen. The Dirty Dozen is our fruits and vegetables that are so exposed to pesticides and herbicides and all of these things, the strawberries and all the pesticides and stuff that they're putting on. And they're telling us try to get your food as organic as possible. Apples being one. It is so many varieties of apples. And as a child, apple trees were plentiful. We could walk out and grab an apple from the tree and consume it. We didn't have to go wash it and go through all of these issues. We just ate the apple. But when I saw my mother cooking, I would see her peel off the skin, cut the fruit in half, cut out the core, and throw away the core. That's where the seeds are.
Mm-hmm.
In an apricot, a peach, all of them have a pit. It's a hard pit, but inside that pit is the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where our main nutrients, which is
Nice.
the B17, the B15, these things are inside the seeds.
Mm.
So you want to get them as organic as possible because, we got people trying to give us foods that's modified. I mean, a watermelon is not a watermelon anymore when you walk in and there are no
Without the
seeds.
seeds, yeah.
Grapes, no seeds in it.
I've seen a yellow watermelon. I didn't know that watermelons was yellow.
You might see anything when they hybridizing and modifying
Modify
our
them.
food. Yeah. But the taste of a real orange. I tell you, it was so heartbreaking to me when I found out that all of these schools in this area, none of them had orange juice in the orange juice that was given to the school. Not one drop of orange in any of it. It was all lab made it look, taste like an orange. And then we want now allergic to this orange or the milk ducts or things. It's so many allergies in our babies, because of exposure to so much of
Pesticide.
yeah. But we know where we came.
I cannot hear anyone. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna take a break with the program. Sister Bernadette or Brother Beswick is hearing me, but
Okay.
Yes, we can hear. I mean, I can hear perfectly well.
but
And
I'm
no,
not hearing. I'm not hearing
yeah,
her.
yeah,
Okay.
So I think if I don't know if she's hearing me,
yeah.
but what I would like to do, I would like to maybe suspend the program for tonight and see if we can come back next week because it is not fair to the listeners out there that are listening to the program. There's some comment that are coming through and not able to transfer them to also to the screen. So if you're hearing me out there, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to apologize for what is happening tonight and our show uh, because of technical difficulty beyond my control on others. I wish I could hear Sister Burnett. Such powerful information that is coming across. Sometimes we hear, sometimes it goes out and comes in. So I just imagine that the listeners are hearing the same thing that we are facing. So, Sister Bernard, we're gonna
It's it's coming from the source though. I know he's buffering, but that's okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but the information that you have provided, it's very informative and interesting. And I know a lot of persons out there, they are naive when it comes to their health. They are lacking in knowledge and stuff like that, and so forth. They do all manners of evil or things that they are not supposed to do, and it destroys the body. So a lack of, as the Bible tells you, a lack of knowledge, you will perish.
Yeah.
So it's always a pleasure for you to always come back and enlighten the folks around the world what they need to do and what they're not supposed to do, and foods that are healthy for our bodies and those that we should stay away from, because there are some that is very acidic, as you mentioned earlier, and there are fruits that even though persons think that it is acidic, it also have medicinal properties to them.
Right.
So we just have to learn. We just have to learn what is good for us and what is not good. I am so sorry tonight that Apostle is having problems with his on his side, but it's indeed a pleasure to have you on. I can hear you well, and I know you can hear me well. It's just from his side. Are you back, Apostle?
yeah. Are you hearing me now?
I am hearing you. I've been always hearing you. It's just that your internet is buffering. It's slow.
Yeah,
So I think that's the issue that we're having.
there's a issue with the power around. I don't know for whatever reason, but we want to cancel a show for tonight. And would you come back next week, Sister Bernadette? Can you hear me?
I certainly will, as
Because
long as we're happy.
yes, I would like to have you on. I would like to have Nate on and the others on. But because of it, it's not doing proper justice for tonight. I would just like to
Okay.
end it here. That next week, all of these information that you're giving, I didn't want you to repeat yourself too much on the program, but I figure next week we'll have better quality sound, by what is going on in and around the area. It could be because of the weather. I don't know. I just get a note across the screen that they are working on it and it will soon be available for us. But, you know, I don't figure I'm giving the listeners justice. So, listeners out there, I'd like to apologize to you for what have happened here tonight. And
Good night.
Good night, Miss Bernetta.
Good night.
It's indeed,
God
indeed a
bless
pleasure
you.
to have you on 3Bs and
Thank you.
IrieAtl. And I hope that
Thank
next week,
you.
it will be better.
Okay.
God bless
God
you.
bless you.